Good morning and happy Sunday. Oh, all right, we're trying again. Good morning and happy Sunday. So, can you hear the song in the background? I have a confession. I'm gonna make a confession on a Sunday morning. Are you ready? I like Daughtry. I know. Please don't judge me. It is what it is. So he did a revamp of the Separate Ways song from Journey. I actually kind of like it. All right, so the 6 human needs. We talked yesterday about the first 3. Certainty, uncertainty / variety. Significance was number 3. So if significance is number 3, what do you think is number 4? Love and connection. Again, notice how these are juxtaposed. You want certainty, but you also want variety. You want significance, you want to feel important, but you also want love and connection. You want to feel like you're connected to other people. So think about how these play in your life, okay? You get too much certainty, what do you get? Bored. You get too little certainty, what happens? You freak out. So if you have too much variety, that's where you freak out because you're like, oh my God, I don't know what's going to happen and it's too much. One of the things that you'll hear from successful people is the more uncertainty that you can comfortably live with, the greater the quality of your life. That's true in business, it's true in relationships, because when we want too much certainty, we're not willing to take a chance. We're not willing to take a risk. Whether it's a risk in business, whether it's a risk in a relationship, every relationship is a risk. We're not willing to try anything new, and we're not growing. Remember, if you're not growing, you're dying. So now you've got significance and love and connection. Well, I've had the opportunity to be around several celebrities and, well-known people, some of them business people. And one of the things that can happen, are those people somewhat driven by significance? Of course, we're all somewhat driven by significance. So what can happen to those people? Well, if they get too much significance, they feel like they're not connected to anybody. So they feel completely alienated. They feel used by everybody. You look at somebody who's hugely successful. You look at a movie star celebrity, and I have had the chance to interact with some A-lister movie stars. And the biggest challenge that those, you'd look at them and go, what can you be upset about? My God, you have everything. Everybody adores you. You have all the money in the world. You can do anything that you want. Well, everybody adores them for the characters that they play or the persona that they have, but they don't feel like anybody adores them for who they are. They also have a real difficult time with personal relationships because they're like, does this person like me for me, or do they like me because of what I bring to the table? And it makes it very difficult for them to have individual relationships. I think one of the reasons that I end up interacting with these folks in this way is because I treat them like a regular person, and a lot of times it's somebody that I didn't know who they were, quite honestly, and so I interacted with them like anybody else, and then all of a sudden I found out, oh, this person's a big deal, and I didn't know it. So, all of these needs, these first 4 needs, trying to find the balance as to where you are is what's important, and there's a hierarchy of these, which I'm going to continue this conversation tomorrow. But for these first 4, certainty, variety, significance, love, and connection, understand that you fill these needs always. You always find a way to fill these needs. The question is, are you filling them in a good way or in a bad way? So on a scale from 0 to 10, are you doing them in a way that really benefits you, or are you doing them in a way that doesn't benefit you? So we talked about the kid in Compton who puts a gun in somebody's face yesterday. Okay, well, why does that happen? Why would somebody do that? Well, think about their needs. Do you have certainty when you do that? Absolutely. You put a gun in somebody's face, you're certain that you're going to be the most important thing in their life right now, and they're going to pay attention to you. Do you have variety? Absolutely, because you don't know what's going to happen. How are they going to respond? Do you have significance? Oh my God, at a level 10, you have significance and certainty because like I said, you're the most important thing in their life. And do you have love and connection? Well, you don't have love, but you have connection. They are connected to you. On a scale from 0 to 10, where is it? It's probably a 4, but they're connected. And here's the thing with these needs. If it meets 3 of your needs, it becomes a habit. If it meets 4, it becomes an addiction. So like, let's think about going out on a Friday night and drinking and then making bad decisions, okay? We probably all had a period of time in our life when we got into that habit. So think about why you do that, even though the next day you go, God, why did I do this? I feel terrible. Plus, I did this thing I'm not super happy about. All right, well, it's Friday. You're not happy with your life. You're not happy with who you are. You don't feel like you're growing. You don't like your job. You're not in a good relationship. So you go out to a bar. What do you know? Number one, do you have certainty? Yes. You know that you're going to feel differently than you do at work at the end of that time. When you go to the bar and you're going to start drinking, you know that biologically your body's going to change and you're going to feel differently. And by your aspect, you probably think it's going to feel better than I feel now. Right now I'm miserable and I'm unhappy, so I'll be better than that. Where is it on a scale of 1 to 10? It's probably maybe a 5 or a 6, but it's enough. Do you have variety? Sure, you go out to the bar, you have no idea who you're going to run into, you have no idea who you're going to talk to, you have no idea who you're going to meet. So you have a ton of variety. For variety, it's probably an 8 or a 9. Also, when you drink alcohol, you don't know how you're going to respond to it. Your body's going to respond. What am I going to drink tonight? Am I going to be doing shots of tequila? That's going to feel different than if I just drink a bunch of beer. Do you have significance? Sure, you can go to the bar and be significant. You can buy other people drinks. You can tell stories. You can be the life of the party. You can do all kinds of things to be significant when you're at the bar. And then at the end of the night, can you get love and connection? Sure. Is it a 8 or a 9 or a 10? No. It's a 3 or a 4 or a 5. But nonetheless, it's love and connection. And so why do we do what we do? Because it meets all 4 of those needs. Doing that activity meets all 4 of those needs. It doesn't meet them great, but it meets them. And some of them it meets at a very high level. It can meet variety at a very high level. It can meet significance at a very high level. It certainly can meet certainty at a very high level. So remember, if it's 3, it becomes a habit. 4 becomes an addiction. So you see how you can get addicted to that habit. Now, let's say somebody who exercises. People who exercise on a regular basis and never miss, if you ask them these questions, you will see that it meets their needs and it will also meet them at a very high level. So my wife is a runner. She's a marathon runner. When she goes and run, does she have certainty? Number one, yes. She feels certain that she's going to feel better when she's done. She knows for a fact, no matter how the run goes, she's going to feel better than she did before she started every time. Does she have variety? Yes, because she has no idea what the run's going to be like. Some runs are great, some runs aren't. Sometimes you can run forever, sometimes it's hard. Plus, she changes it up. She listens to different music. She listens to different things. She uses music that remembers specific times, specific runs, marathons, runs with people that she cares about, or the music can remind her of going to a musical. She loves going to Broadway, so she gets variety. Does she get significance? Absolutely. Even though that might not be something that she does it for, does she get it? Sure. When people see her, they're like, oh my God, what do you do? Well, I've done this marathon and this marathon and this marathon. She doesn't run the marathons to get significance, but does she get significance out of it? Absolutely. And then does she get love and connection? Sure. Because she's run with people. So she's taken people through marathons. She's taken several people through marathons, including me. So when she listens to that music, she feels that connection to that time where she trained them and guided them through it. Plus, when she tells people about how much she runs and how much she does the marathon, people, shower you for that. Oh my God, that's amazing. I can't believe you do that. So where does it meet all of her needs on a scale of 0 to 10? Almost all of them are going to be a 10. Certainty, 10. Variety, 10. Love and connection, 10. Significance, 10. You can see why it's an addiction. So the point of this is to understand why you do what you do is because it meets your needs. And if you're doing something that is not supporting the outcomes that you want in your life, it fills those needs. So look at them and you can adjust it so that it stops filling the needs, or even better, you can fulfill the needs in a more elegant way. People who clean their home, who love to clean their home, if you go through these needs with them, they look at it as though it fulfills all of these needs at a very high level. Somebody who works for me loves to clean her home. And if you say, do you have certainty? Oh, yes, I have certainty. I know that when I'm done, it's going to look great. And it's going to, and I know it's going to look better than it did when I started. Do you have variety? Sure, because I never know what I'm going to find and what the kids did and where did they leave their stuff. Do you have significance? Yeah, because when my family comes home, they're like, oh, Mom, you did a great job. Look at this. This place looks amazing. And do you have love and connection? Sure, because then they shower her with love. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And you see why she's addicted to cleaning her house. Now, there's 2 more needs. I'm going to cover them tomorrow. We're going to go through the final ones tomorrow because I think these examples are really beneficial. But if you want to increase your activity in an area that you haven't been able to do, this is what you look at. How do you fulfill your needs? How do you get certainty? How do you get variety? How do you get significance? How do you get love and connection? Music is a great way to do that. You know, if it's something that you don't enjoy doing, play or listen or watch something that gives you growth and significance and contribution and all of those things while you're doing that activity, and you're going to associate that activity with that thing, and suddenly it's not going to become as difficult as it once was. We always meet these needs. We want to make sure we meet them in an elegant way. And by elegant, I mean in a way that takes you closer to your goals and not further away. So tomorrow we will do the final 2 needs, and we'll go through all 6 and talk about exactly how to put these all together and what the hierarchy of those needs means. Have a great Sunday, everybody. Enjoy the Super Bowl if you're going to watch it. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other. Hi, Sarah. Hi, James. And hi, Jim. Great to see you guys this morning. Have an awesome day.